Let me know when it's
You're live.
it's time. Anybody on?
Not yet.
What you say? Talk about what?
Honey, we're live right now.
What was
And we got 19 people on, so say hi.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, people?
Hi, Lady P. Hi, James.
How do I?
Hi, Mike. Mike comes on.
Hey, Mike, what's up, brother? Hey, Lady P. Who else is on?
Steve LaBarber, Thomas McMaster,
Steve.
Brent, Roger, our favorite musician friend, Roger Williams.
Oh, Roger in Texas. What's happening, bro?
Jason Irwin, who's always
What's
working
up,
on
brother?
his motorcycle and
Yeah.
working on stuff, listening to Mitch on
Jason makes badass bike parts.
Slick Ruler. Dave wants to know, there's John Lenardi from Idaho. Hi, Lady P. Jason, Ed, Ian.
Who wants to know what?
Okay, so Dave wants to know, what's up, Mitch? How you doing during quarantine?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm working on my art and then do a few other things. Watch a little YouTube. You know, I was watching how to build straw bale houses today, and take a ride for my motorcycle once in a while. You know, just to relieve stress.
I'm sorry, what did you
I
say?
didn't say anything.
Did you say you went for a ride on
It's
your
called
motorcycle?
throttle therapy. Yeah.
We got Ian Stewart from Scotland.
What's
is
up,
on too.
Scotland? How you doing? Yeah.
Smoke 420 from Richmond, Virginia. So hope everybody's staying safe.
Yeah, this virus thing's not, you know, too cool. We live up the hill from Sacramento, and people are going up and down the hill, and so far our community's safe. You know, it's not 100%. We have some cases up here, but not a lot.
Hey Jay, thanks for the donation on Super Chat, $9.99. Thank you so much.
Jay Bird, what's up?
He said it's great to see you guys. Look forward to the break from the day. When are you off parole?
Oh, parole. Now, I have a 5-year parole. I got released in September of 2017. So I can get off parole in 3 years. So September 29th of this year, which is 6 months away, I have a review to know whether or not they're going to let me off parole early. But the maximum I can be on parole is 5 years. So September 29th of 2020. Now down in Los Angeles and in these big cities, they let guys off parole in 3 years. Who have a 5-year parole, they get off automatic. It's almost a given.
Sorry, I just want to let you know, Black So C Santana said to you, I got my Aztec print in the mail today. Thank
Cool.
you so much.
All right. Yeah, but up here there's only like 13 or 14 of us. I think maybe 15 now, ex-lifers. So they don't know how to deal with us, and they're making guys do 5 years on parole. I'm hoping I can get off early. I mean, you know, I piss clean, I live clean, so, you know, I don't give them any trouble. I got my own business going, and, you know, I work on the side. I've worked also, so I have a stable home life. So hopefully they'll let me off. Then I can travel.
John Lardini said, haven't been able to test that new La Pera kickflip seat yet. It sucks.
Does it suck?
No, it sucks that he hasn't been able to test it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I got a seat at the swap meet for her when I first started riding with her. I had a stick-on P-pad, you know, with suction cups. And we took a few rides, and she's like, hey, we're going to have to get a better seat. So I went down to the motorcycle swap meet, and I think it's from a Wide Glide, a Dyna Wide Glide, and put it on my bike. So
James Cutting just donated $10 through Super Chat. Super cool.
Super Chat.
Super Chat. That's what they donate through. Super
wow.
Chat.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, James. I hope things are well with you in Australia.
He's over in Australia, and he's been watching our stuff and buying stuff, and just since the beginning, man. Thank you, James.
James is one of our #1 fans for sure.
Yeah.
Ian Stewart said, yeah, the U.S. has lots of cases, some worrying times ahead. in Scotland, if you've done life, you don't get off parole ever, and you can be called anytime until the end.
Yeah, now the guys who, okay, I know a guy in prison, he was a drunk driver, and he got in a car wreck, and he killed this guy. It was a friend of Frank Sinatra's. And he actually, the guy's car caught on fire, the guy burned, and, you know, it was, and then he tried to get his wife to ride the beef, but he got found suitable 4 times before they let him out, because the governor can take your release date. And so finally they let him out. And when he was in prison, he was a cat guy in his dorm living yard. He would catch the cats. They would send him out to get spayed and neutered and bring him back to keep the mice under control. So he got scratched by a cat, and he got cat scratch fever, and he filed a lawsuit. So he finally got out. He's a real arrogant kind of dude, you know, but he got $250,000, $250,000 off his lawsuit. And I heard that, you know, he got busted. You know, arrogance, money breeds arrogance sometimes. He was sitting at a stoplight in his brand new Escalade with a bottle of whiskey on the seat, passed out drunk. So they reinstated his life parole because he had lifetime parole. So, I mean, you know, I don't have a lifetime parole. I have a 5-year parole. In 1984, they made it to life. But guys with lifetime parole can get off in 5 years, 5 to 7 years. So, but, you know, for him, he fucked up, man. He was an arrogant dude. When he went to prison, he was a big punk, you know, kind of a big pussy. And, you know, I used to talk smack to him, try to piss him off, because he walked around all arrogant with his chest out like he was all that, but he'd been nowhere and done nothing. So, you know, I seen him like 20 years later, and he was, you know, now he had a little street cred with all these youngsters, you know, and he's like, yeah, you know, walking around, he's a big gangster, but he was a fucking sissy. But yeah, so that's what happens to guys who get a little carried away with their arrogance and their money, you know.
Mike just asked something. Hold on.
Mike,
Big
you Mike,
know, Garden Grove, Mike.
Yeah, old selling Mike.
You might want to talk about your interview that we have coming up. I'm gonna try to post it tonight.
Yeah, we got another interview coming up with an old selling of mine. He wasn't a lifer, actually. He was a youngster when I met him. I did some tattoo work on him. And we got some pictures of him around here somewhere. We'll post pictures of him when he was younger. And, you know, he was a screw up. He was a drug addict and a punk rocker. And, you know, he was a good kid, though. I tattooed on him. And he, you know, he finally woke up and listened to me, did a few violations when he got out. And, you know, now he's a crane operator with a family, but I'll let you guys hear the interview. I don't want to ruin it. But, yeah, we're going to post that, hopefully get it up tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I'll do it tonight.
Yeah, so she does all the editing. But I did an interview with him like a week and a half ago, and for some reason she wasn't here. I hit the wrong button and it deleted it. So I redid the interview with them, and we're going to get that up for you guys.
So a lot of people are asking us to set up a PayPal, and instead of doing Super Chat only takes 30%. They don't take as much as you think.
Yeah.
And really, Mitch and I didn't really want to pander.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that, so that's why we didn't do.
I said before, you know, like I make money selling T-shirts and stickers and printing my artwork. You know, you guys have seen my stuff, and I don't know. That's kind of like begging, you know, to me. Like this is a crazy Aztec. I don't know if you can see it. That's a print, you know, that we sent one of our Patreon guys.
Baron Lonnie wants to know, Mitch, did you know John Jeffries went by Mighty Whitey? He did 10 years.
I don't know that name. I'm sorry.
Garden Grove wants to know, if you want, I can take a picture of 2 of the tattoos you did on me. I didn't know you did any on him.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Sorry, maybe I can finish some of your tattoo work, you know, now that we're both out, Mike. You got to take a vacation to Tahoe. You stop by on the way.
No, we don't want people taking vacations right now.
When this is over, right? Yeah, they do have actually a bunch more cases in Tahoe than we have here. Because people are traveling up there thinking it's a cool getaway, and they're infecting people up there.
Hi, Gromies homies. It's nice to see you on. We haven't seen you for a bit. It's nice to see you on here. Dan Mack is our like number
What's
one.
What's up, brother?
Fan.
How you doing?
He said, glad you're doing well.
Thank you. We got to connect on the phone. The other day, Dan called me, and I was at the grocery store, and we haven't been able to reconnect.
Justin Halsey is our Texas, our oil.
Oh yeah, what's happening in the oil patch? Huh, brother? Yeah.
Okay, so Matt Persico said, "Hi, how's it going, Mitch? What do you and your old lady think of the current affairs? Everyone on lockdown. If you don't want to talk about it, it's totally fine. Yeah, we're in it right now, so it's all
yeah,
good.
we're going through it, man. We know some people that are driving back and forth from the city up to where we're at, and they're close by, and we don't like it. Because the cities are going to get it, they're going to peak out before we do, and then people are going to leave the cities and come up where we're at, and this person's doing it. We're not happy about it. It's not cool to have to stay in place, but I mean, if it stops the spread of this stuff, I mean, I saw a video on Facebook the other day of some woman who's pregnant and she has, pneumonia from this virus, and it could kill her baby, man. It's not cool. So, I mean, it seems like it ain't shit, but it is. And I'm hearing that, China fudged a bunch of their numbers. They could have had up to like 50,000 people die, but they didn't want to say it, so if we would have known their actual numbers, maybe they could have prevented the spread of it. And so, I mean, if they have lower numbers in Italy, but they have like 10 times the population, how are their numbers accurate, right? Who trusts China for anything? They're commies. So, they make crappy products, right? Buy American. I buy American whenever I can,
Oh, wow.
What?
Cliff Snyder just gave us $100.
What?
Yes, he said you're an inspiration to a lot of people. Keep on pushing.
Wow.
That is freaking awesome. God, that's
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's I don't even know what to say.
Wow.
It's super cool. Cliff, is there anything?
Send us your address.
Yeah, send us. Totally said it. Just
we'll
email.
Surprise you.
His Mitch's email address is mitch@heartintentions.com. Yeah. Please, Cliff, just give us a little thing so I can shoot
a mailing
you something.
Address.
Okay, it's super cool.
For real.
So cool. Thank you so much.
Wow.
So it's a Cliff dropping bombs. Red Wing Boots USA. So actually, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
So Mitch has a very large size foot. All
right. So I go to buy boots. My boss got like a 10E, super white. He goes, "There's a shoe shop down in Auburn, old school, So I put it off. I finally rode down there with Bowtie the barber, and we go there, and it just closed, permanent. So I go to the boot barn. And they measure my feet, like my right foot is a 12, a little over triple E, and my left foot is a 13, just under triple E. So I got to get a 13 triple E boot, man. And I can't find, I ordered these Doc Martens. They said they were extra wide, and I got them, and they weren't. I'd end up giving them to my father-in-law. So I have trouble finding shoes. Yeah, I used to wear New Balance in the pen, but a lot of New Balance shoes are not even made in America anymore. So I don't know what the hell to get. And I'm scared to go online, and none of the shoe stores have shoes, But,
so if anybody has any suggestions where he can, but I'm telling you, he goes online like every day and tries to find boots. And
I'm always on the computer looking for boots. So I had this, when I got my last shirts done, I got this, I don't know if you can see the print on the back. You can see it,
yeah.
So I had this Dickie shirt laying around. I had him do the print on it. I was thinking about
Justin just super chatted us $50.
Wow.
And then they don't ask anything. Justin, that's super cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's I didn't even know what to say.
Yeah.
It's so cool. You guys, thank you so much. I know this is a hard time for everybody right now, and so we're super grateful, and just thank you so much.
And talking about this stuff, I talked to my friend today. He's got a friend in the Bay Area. He's into real estate, and he's got a couple businesses. And he said he's selling off all his toys just to pay his bills. So, that donation means an awful lot, man. But, down in the oil patch, I think you guys will keep working because they got to keep pumping that oil to keep the economy lube, baby. So I was thinking about doing some pre-orders on Dickie shirts. I don't know. And if so, I don't know what design to do. What do you guys think about the Crazy Aztec? She likes it, but she also likes the Living Dead girl I have.
Justin also said, "I got no kids, man. I got a little extra green."
Let me see. Let's see Yeah. Now, she likes this one.
That's my favorite.
And she thinks this should be our next shirt. Can they see it?
Yeah. So
what if I did this shirt next and did like some pre-order Dickie shirts like this, like button-ups. What do you guys think? Let us know in your comments.
That is one thing that we did on. So Mitch doesn't. We have a Patreon. I'm not pandering. I'm just saying we have a Patreon. And what I did was the other day is I updated it so that you guys actually get more stuff. So if you join Patreon, I added like more stickers. Like instead of one period, you'll get one sticker a month.
Yeah.
And then print, you'll get one print a month.
Yeah, get prints.
So yeah. So anyways,
maybe we'll surprise guys with a shirt once in a while.
Kyle Dobson said, do something with some skeletons and some oil wells. Jay Lopez says, Aztec shirts.
But what do you think about the Dickies ones? Like
Gil said, hell yeah, do some Dickie button-ups.
Yeah, we could do like regular T-shirts and then do a prepay like we did with the hoodies with some Dickies, you know?
I don't know what to say. Slick Ruler just gave you $100.
Wow. Thank you, man.
You guys are that's
crazy.
This is crazy. That's so cool.
People are so cool.
Thank you so much. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And so thoughtful, especially like I said, during a time like this, we know it's,
Yeah, so we've been walking Chewy up and down our driveway. We got a long driveway here and it goes around, so we've been walking him. The gyms are closed. So you guys just stay active out there. I'll do like a lap, set of push-ups, do a lap, set of push-ups, that's
Kyle Dobson said, call me, and he gave his number. Kyle, are you related to Jeff Dobson? I know a Jeff Dobson. I just was curious if you're related to him. Yeah. Justin said, I'll prepay on the Dickies iron-on pad to smack it down, big pimpin'.
Yeah. Look at that. What's up, buddy? No, we don't do iron-on shit. We do screen printed. I don't like the iron-on designs because when you wash your shirt and it shrinks, the sticker doesn't shrink, the iron-on. So we get them screen printed. And, our screen printer's a little slow, but that's good work. So we'll stick with him for the most part. As soon as I'm done with this painting, I'm going to start another painting. I'm going to work on the idea for the militia, metal militia heart intentions thing. I got some ideas I started, but I want to finish some artwork before I get too deep into that.
Slick Ruler just said, I want some of those Dickie shirts. That's all I wear, bro.
Yeah. So the thing is, what design should we use? That's the thing. See, when we go over there and get them printed like shirts, we got to get a certain amount. Otherwise, it costs us a fortune. Obviously, the more shirts we get, the less it costs to get printed, So
one of the things I just want to say is that I always obviously see all of his chats and everything, and that's the one thing that is really common is that everybody always talks about like how appreciative you are and everything of Mitch doing what he does, and we're super appreciative of you guys. Like,
and I'm just grateful. Much. Yeah, I am. I'm grateful for this second chance I got at freedom, right? I mean, I sat in prison for 38 years, just wanting another second chance to be able to ride motorcycles and be with my family, and I got it. So I'm grateful, that's led to this. I mean, it's an outlet for my art, and I get to tell stories, and I get to hopefully get a positive influence on people, especially younger cats, right, who, might be headed down the wrong road. I like to let them know it's not the place to be,
The Slick Ruler said, I like the one you're wearing, and I'll buy them all. We only have one. Mitch only made that one. So, yeah, right? Did you make more than that?
I had 2 Dickie shirts. I got a black long sleeve in this one. Yeah.
Justin said, I got a ton of compliments on the Hammer Drop hoodie. The Oi boys love it, and they're jealous.
Well, we love Texas.
They want to see the Aztec one again.
We got 2 things here. We got this one, right?
Hold it up a little tiny bit, baby.
We got that. That's their favorite. And then we got this. Right?
There you go. Perfect. Go a little closer. Yeah.
That's the crazy Aztec. And then this is the living dead girl. Can I see that?
Yep.
That's her favorite. I know the homies down in LA would like that, maybe Texas, the Aztec. We have some other designs too. So I don't know which one I could do with the, where are they at over there?
Jason says Aztec for the win. Justin says Aztec, brother.
Well, we also have.
Are you going to break him out?
I'm going to break him out.
Oh, he's going to bust him out.
We have a lot of other stuff too. And this could be kind of a vote time, See, when I first started this, I was going to call it American Original. That was the original design. But I found out there was already somebody had already copyrighted that, so I didn't go with that. But we have this. Can they see it?
Yes.
We got that. We also have St. Patrick, right? That we could do. And let's see. We got the anchor with the eyeball on top.
I love that one. It shows backwards for you guys, but you know what it says.
Oh.
Babe, you're not holding up there long enough. You're just like.
I like this one a lot.
Put it down a little bit. There you go.
Yeah. See, I do all these in acrylic paint first. So I did all these, and I would do one. Oh, this is another one of my favorites. I don't know how you guys feel about that. That's the Celtic stuff.
Put it down just a tad. There you go. Perfect. People say the anchor's badass. That's sick. I love the Viking. Dickie the Viking. They're saying Dickie the Viking one. The Viking one's sick.
This is you see that? It's kind of
you can see it.
Ed Hardy style. I did this. I ran out of paper. I did this on the back of a calendar. This is a state calendar back. I did that on.
The Viking, the skull with the red is tough. They're also good. Viking.
And this might go with a Dickie shirt. Might go with that, Anyway, I got a few different ones to work with.
Show me what your original of that print looks like, the first one.
What do you mean?
The one you did that you drew of the Heart Intentions, your logo.
Oh yeah, this is the very first one.
That's our logo. So
that's the logo. We do have shirts of this, but I did that and I go, yeah, I'm gonna start a shirt company. That was my first one. I go, that's gonna be my logo,
Gil said, that ain't Ed Hardy, that's your style, OG.
Yeah, everybody refers to that as Ed Hardy stuff,
Some are saying, Gromy Tommy said you should do embroidered on the front of the Dickie shirt. Gromies, do you guys do embroidering, don't you? I know we've probably talked before, but I think you guys do embroidering.
Yeah,
you said do embroidering on the front and then other.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Larry from the militia, and he said that there's another way to do it. It's cheaper, it looks better. He goes, if you get your hats embroidered, we're talking about hats. He goes, you probably won't like them. So anyway, we're working on something for hats too. But the next shirt we do, we'll have to do some Dickies. I looked online too, and the Dickie shirts are a little pricey, but I don't know where I can catch a break on them, And what if they're not Dickies? Because Dickies are made in China now, right? So if there's an American brand of shirt that's not, made in China, that would probably be better. I'm all for American. And, I like Pro Club shirts, and prison people buy Pro Club shirts. All the fabric's made in America, then they sew them up in Mexico. So, hey, you know what? It's still America, right?
So Gromies is saying that he doesn't have an embroidery machine, but they do silk screening. But you might want to try. The only thing Mitch didn't like about the hats we did, we got them silk screen, but he doesn't like the fact that he says they look like a sticker. He's just with it. Yeah, we like them, but he's not like thrilled.
Yeah. I don't like it. It looks like a sticker. There you go.
There. So the ones we got, they're we like them. I like them, but they're just, Mitch was like, he wanted something just a little bit bolder than that. That didn't look like a sticker.
And it looks like a sticker on there. It's actually screen print, but I didn't like it. So I wanted to get them embroidered, maybe bigger,
Black OC Santana said, Pro Club is the shit. It's what I wear.
Yeah, Pro Club. That's right. All the homies wear that shit.
Justin says he loves his hats. Justin, we love our hats too. It's just Mitch wanted, once we got them done, we saw other ones and we're like, oh,
like these right
don't
here.
Get us wrong, because we do love
like
those.
The militia hats, they're embroidered, But he does them himself. I talked to him. They do all their own embroidering and printing. So.
Gabe said get some trucker style snapbacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get snapback with the mesh in the back, because getting fitted hats, man, And I thought about flex fit hats, but they got different sizes. So if you get too many of one size and not enough, the other, you come up short. Somebody asked me about making wine too, so. I don't know if I should do a whole video on it, but I used to make a lot of wine for a long time.
So
So they
Mitch,
took the fruit away.
Mitch needs some ideas because
Any suggestions on
what we should do some videos on because
shows?
We're trying to keep you guys entertained as
and I
long
want to do,
and it entertains Mitch too.
yeah, I want to do stuff that's that you guys are interested in. But like the wine, it's just you have to do a video on it. And somebody asked me about escapes, and I don't have a lot of escape stories, but there's the funniest one ever. Is I think it was Willie McGirt. He and two other guys. They made a canoe out of raincoats in San Quentin. And San Quentin, the water around it, it's a bay, but it's real shallow. And they were out there in this canoe, like paddling, and it was leaking, and they're paddling away. And the tower asked them, "Hey, are you guys all right? You need some help?" And they're like, "Nah, we're cool, And on the side of the canoe, it said, "Rub-a-dub-dub, Marin County Yacht Club." And they got away. And later on, I met the cat, one of them in New Folsom, and he was a little bitty guy,
Justin Holsey said, "I'm gonna send you some military field rations and Emory, and you got to eat it on Wednesday and share the experience with."
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, that's.
I bet you it's better than prison food. I know you guys probably got sick of it out in the desert, but man, I used to say, they should just break us off those things, that food got so terrible in prison.
Hey, Jose Relo, what's up? What's up? That's what he said.
What's up? And, I heard in federal prison, they feed you similar to what the military gets fed. And I thought, well, shit, that can't be that bad.
So a lot of people have asked Mitch to make food or whatever. So,
yeah.
Here's the thing. Obviously, everyone has a lot of time on their hands. So this weekend, we're going to work on we're going to work on doing some videos of him painting. Yeah. I'm gonna film it. We'll do like a good long one. Yeah. And then we're gonna do one about his he painted his motorcycle first time ever himself. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of talk. That's gonna be another one. So we might do a cooking one.
When I got my bike, it had a big dent in the side and everything. So I got a new tank. I fabricated the fender and I painted it myself. So I could talk about that. But maybe go for a little ride around the neighborhood, and show you guys the neighborhood. Yeah.
He's trying to do anything to get out of the house, and
it's called throttle therapy.
He's like, and he's like, oh, my friend, even though we're supposed to keep the 6 foot distance.
My friend has a GoPro.
Yeah, he's got a GoPro.
Well, we'll ride 6 feet apart, right? Whatever. Front, back, side, at 6 feet, right? Okay. As long as we don't stop anywhere, we're cool.
Hi, Robert Coombs. How are you?
Yeah.
Justin, you have got to send me some of that chili mac. Like, I don't know how we're gonna do it with the jalapeno cheese, or give me the recipe or something. Because when he was talking about the chili mac with jalapeno cheese.
Jalapeno cheese. Yeah. I used to use Velveeta. When you get a package, once a quarter you're allowed to get a package in the joint. I would always get Velveeta cheese, big blocks of it. I make nachos. That's like my favorite shit to make. Oh, man.
So you'll see our friend Garden Grove on this chat, and Mitch and him did time together. We actually did an interview with him at the very beginning.
It's Big Mike.
And Mike said, how about Mitch in the kitchen cooking up some burritos?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, burritos are, Hey, Mike. Oh, man. We need to get you making that sweet and sour. Mike we had little metal hot pots. You make rice. That's kind of a standard. Everything's instant, But Mike would get the Spam and chop it up and make like an Asian type, Spam bowls. Man,
they want you to do a cooking series. You know what, though? He's bored as hell. So that might not be a bad idea.
You have to hold the camera or do it with your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got groceries coming tomorrow. Delivered. That's right. You can get your your groceries delivered from Safeway, and like we got Rayleigh's, they'll put it together and pick it up in the parking lot. You don't have to go in the store.
Okay, so John asked, I'm going to ask a question because John asked, hey, Mitch, have you ever run across anyone who's wrongly convicted? And he'll answer that, but I just want to say we did watch The Tiger King.
Oh, yeah, we watched The Tiger King.
That shit was crazy.
Do you guys watch The Tiger King? What about The Tiger Queen or whatever, Yeah. You guys, I highly recommend it.
It's
kind of hilarious. It's kind of sad, especially if you love animals. But because they get kind of.
It's kind of hard to watch some of it with the animals, but the story, like you cannot make this shit up.
All these dudes ratted on this guy. He's a gay dude, whatever. But he carries a pistol and he's got all these tigers. All these dudes ratted on him and screwed him over, man.
TJ Hemmings said, "Fuck Carol."
Yeah, fuck Carol, right? Wow, yeah. That's a funny thing, man. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Hey, Redwood Post. Redwood Post said, "Hey, he always talks to you all the time."
Yeah. What's up, brother?
El Giacomo said, "I hope I said your name right." Said, "That Tiger King is nuts. That is no shit."
Yeah. Well, these other guys are just as dirty as him, man, and they all rat.
Hi, Christian Rodriguez.
Guy. They rat on him.
I see you. Hi.
Yeah.
Slick Ruler said Carol killed her husband.
Yeah,
you guys have all been watching that. Okay.
I like the one I saw a post on Instagram. It said the last known photograph of her husband, and it shows a tiger taking a dump. Yeah, that's an awesome show. I'd vote for that dude for president. Well, maybe for governor.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they screwed that dude over, man. They all told on him, swindled him out of his stuff. You know, people are dirty, man. You know, I just it
was an interesting show.
You know, that's the way prison is too. You know, guys will screw you in a heartbeat and then smile in your face and act like they don't know what's going on. You know, it's pretty sad, man, to see shit like that. I mean, we're laughing about it, but man, that dude got boned.
DC Irish is on. Hey, DC, how's it going? Okay. Anyways, that was an interesting show. But so we'll look at doing shows about your bike, about riding. We'll do cooking. We'll do some cooking like ones.
Guys want, I make nachos a certain way.
What he makes, so he makes this dish that is, he won't tell me what's in it. Like he won't give me the whole goods on it. So maybe he'll tell you guys because he won't tell me. It's got like peanut butter, top ramen.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's really
just
good,
a top ramen peanut butter with sriracha. That's it. But I make you know, like a vegetable stir fry shit. But in prison we used to get carrots, onions, celery, and bell pepper every day. It was my job to get down in the kitchen. We had this dude, he was a food manager's clerk, and the food manager and him were both ex-military, and the food manager was a drunk. You know, I like to smoke cigarettes and drink on the job and pass out. So my friend Randy had a college degree and shit, and he had a life sentence, and so he let him run the kitchen. I'd be in there, and Randy'd be like, shh, and he'd be on the phone talking to vendors, you know, making deals, spending state money, buying, you know.
Hold up, Chewy. They want to see Chewy.
Yeah, come here, Chewy. Come here.
Sorry, babe.
Yeah, I'd be buying milk, you know, vegetables, meat. Huh? Look at that. Look at the camera. Look at the camera, boy. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. What is that? Yeah. That's the Chewy. Yeah.
That's for you, Sheriff Gene.
He's a rescue. Chewy's a rescue, huh? He's a mini pincher, Chihuahua mix.
NRW want to know, are you still sending out autograph prints with memberships on Patreon? Yes.
Yeah.
Our $20 tier people get one. We just started this.
One a month.
They'll get one a month.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thanks for asking that, NRW. Jason Irwin said, Charlie's right. War stories real and the views. Yeah, we know that the war stories are good, you know, and Mitch, you know, obviously he's got 38 years of them, and he's okay with, I don't want to speak for you, but he's okay with doing them once in a while, but it's definitely, I wouldn't, you know.
Every day's a war story in there, you know. So anyways, Randy used to get these vendors in there. Like one vendor, he told him to deliver a VCR to his mom's pad, and they could get a contract for something in there. Well, I would go down there every day and get a vegetable bag out of the diet kitchen, you know, and take it home. We made soup every night, you know. Every night we'd smoke some weed and eat soup every night, you know. And that was my job, to get the vegetables from Randy, you know. Randy, he married a canteen manager. He worked in the canteen, and he was, you know.
Sorry. Cliff, one of our big old super chats today, said, have you run into anyone since you've been released that you didn't get along with when you were in prison?
I mean, guys that I was in prison with that I didn't get along with?
Yeah.
Not that I can remember. Not really. No, I mean, I did have my roommate down in transitional housing. Obviously my roommate was a black dude, man, and because there's only 3 of us in the whole house, but all the other black cats they were pretty cool, but he was a real asshole, man, and he had a
NRW, thank you for the super
rack
chat
in the
donation.
room.
Thank you so much.
Oh wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, my roommate was kind of a prick, and I got in his face, and I used to tell her every day, man, I'd like to just beat this dude's face in, but nobody liked the dude. He called himself Arafat. He was a real dickhead, but I didn't know him in prison. Everybody I met since I've been out that I was in the joint with kind of tripped me out, because the last NA meeting I went to in Sacramento, I walk in and sit down, and there's this black dude next to me named Raphael, who was in San Quentin with me. A little guy, kind of soft-spoken, and there he was. Kind of tripped me out. It seems like everywhere I go, I run into somebody I was in prison with.
Yeah, we went to a swap meet, and I was like standing out there, and this guy kept looking at him, and he was like, Smiley, and Mitch was like, oh man, and they just were chatting it up. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah.
He comes up to the table, and I didn't recognize him at first. He goes, I recognize that artwork anywhere. And I was like, fuck, he's out here riding motorcycles in Sacramento, working as a welder. It's a trip, man. Everywhere I go, it seems like I run into somebody. I was at a Robin Trower concert at the Jackson Rancheria with my cousin, and I'm sitting in the aisle, and this guy walks down the aisle, and he goes, is your name Smiley? I go, yeah. And it was my old cellie, Jason, in San Quentin. He was a drummer. He played drums, and they wouldn't let him in the band room to he's like, man, them guys want me to play drums with them, and I'm a good drummer and all this shit. And he didn't know it, but I went in there and said, hey, you're gonna let this motherfucker play drums with you, whether you like it or not. You guys don't own this shit. And next thing you know, he was in there drumming, and he was a badass drummer. After that, they kind of liked him. But yeah, I ran into him at a concert, man, just out of nowhere. It's kind of a trip.
Hank Williams said, King Smiley, the real OG. I love your channel, bro.
Hank Williams?
Hank Williams.
Is that Hank Williams the third, the second?
But you are a true survivor to do as many years in prison and still come out and be as grounded with society. Have you ever thought about writing a book? You get asked that a lot.
Yeah, people ask me that. And my priest daughter is actually, she's, she just finished college, and she wants to write a book, and she's like hinting around like, she would be my, write it for me. But, everybody at our church knows that I was in prison. We go to it's a Russian Orthodox church. And
Dakota 38 rep said, Bridges size, Robin Trower.
Yeah.
Hey, that's really weird that you said that, because Mitch and I went to go see him in concert. Do you know something? Were you there? We went to go see him with his cousin. It was so good too. I was like really.
I grew up listening to Robin Trower, so that's the first music venue I went to since I've been out. It was this small venue. It was awesome, man. That dude's in his 70s, just rocking like crazy.
Danny said, yeah, I'm definitely digging the painting. I'll have it for a life. I'll pass it down to my family. Did you buy one of Mitch's paintings, or do you have the print, Danny?
Who's that?
Danny Haig.
Did you get which painting did you get? The rose. I mean the lily.
Anyways, Justin.
You got the flower.
Justin Halsey said, make it an audio book for us dumb Marine guys.
When I was in prison, they had the Blind Project in CMF, and it was hard. I couldn't get in there, but guys would go down there and read. It was a painting book. They'd
Slick Ruler said, oh, I get it. See?
What?
Slick Ruler said, Danny is in the painting that you're doing.
All right.
Wow. That is so
Hey, let me ask you, does he have a goatee? Because as you can see, I haven't finished the face, but that's how it looks in the photograph,
Danny, so he wants to know, like, goatee, no goatee. I don't know if you could,
The face is dark, you can see the face is just dark. So I just kind of, I want to know, does he have a goatee in there? She thinks that he does. It's hard to tell.
Slick said he's baby face, bro.
Okay. All right.
That's so cool, you guys. That's awesome. You don't see that happen every day. That's cool.
Yeah, I hope he digs it. I'll be done with it pretty soon. I've been on it. I've been working on the front wheel now. I got this front end done, this section. I did a little tip on the motor and shit. Yeah, I'm doing my best. I hope you guys like it. I hope he loves it. You know, my buddy.
There's a lot of people saying they like Trower. Roger says he
Yeah.
plays Trower. Roger, I would love to hear that. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought when we got there, I was like, oh, I don't know, like that was Mitch's. That's the first concert we went to
Yeah,
when we
first
got home,
concert
right?
I've been to. Yeah. I wasn't even really a concert. It was like going to a high school. When I was younger, they had a high school dance at the high school, and they had a band in there, and I would go in there, you know, and load it on acid and just listen to music. That's what it reminded me of. Just a big auditorium.
Danny said, I'm loving it. It looks great.
Thank you. Yeah. I want to take this down. Is it cool if I get prints made of this and sell prints? Because I'm thinking about having a guy, it has to be cool with you, you know, if I do that, but I want to have him register it so we can get prints made.
DC said, I'd like to have you do one of my dad's on his bikes. Tony Burns said, damn, look at all those hundos. Hunter and Hunter, nice y'all. So hi Tony, how's it going?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I got a bunch of paintings lined up to do. And I'm going to have to put an official list on the wall and start marking them off as I do them because more and more people are asking, you know. Knucklehead's next.
You know, it's like if he doesn't want us to print those two, it's really fine. It's totally fine. He just wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I don't want to do it without, you know. Yeah.
Let's see what else.
You know, when Dave Mann started selling prints of his stuff, he sold them for $2.
Stephen Lister, thank you so much for the $5 donation.
Oh wow.
And Danny Hogg, thank you for the $20 super chat donation. You guys are freaking awesome. That's
thank
so
you guys,
great.
Man.
So appreciative. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
At Kip Kicker said, how's it going, Mr. Mitch? Hope all is well out in the West.
All's well. All is well out in the West.
It's,
you know,
it's,
I mean, I'm watching the sun go down. So, I mean, it's, and it's a free sun and it's not behind bars. You know, before I got out, I used to look out my back window and I could tell if it was towards the moon, I could see the moon going across the sky. Like beginning of the month, it would be over here. The end of the month, it would be over there. So I'm sitting there watching the sun go down with no bars in the way. So it's a big deal. Ain't that right, boy? Huh. Yeah. So I used to do art instruction when I was in Lancaster. And one of the teachers would videotape me while I did paintings, and they put them on the prison channel. So I'm thinking about doing one art instruction one, kind of like what I would have done in there, just basic art instruction. Like usually I start out with how to get your values and stuff. So I'll just do the same thing I did in there on my next video. I hope everybody's doing well, man. Hey, buddy. Here. There you go.
Somebody asked how old Chewy was.
Chewy's almost 8, right?
Yeah, he's almost 8 years old.
There you go. He's almost 8 years old. Starting to get gray hair, ain't you, boy? Yeah. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't like small dogs, but I'll tell you what, he's great. Ain't you? He's got the heart of a lion, too. We went up to Sutter. My friends up there our friends have pit bulls, you know, and they're in the house, and Chewy comes in the house, and they got the screen, they put him out back, and they had the sliding glass door cracked, and Chewy was just he's quiet unless he sees a big dog, and he was just all in their face. And we were like, yeah, we need to leave them out back, you know.
Mitch, can you put into words? Hi, Mike Martinez. Mitch, can you put into words what it felt like being released? You think the average person can comprehend that feeling of like being reborn after 9 years? After I did 9 years, I was walking out in tears.
Yeah. You know, I had plenty of tears before I got out, like when I got found suitable and all that stuff, but it's overwhelming. I mean, it's just overwhelming feeling, you know, because especially in my situation, I didn't think I was ever going to get out. And I mean, I lived that way. And Mike can tell you, he was my cellie, and anyone that knew me, you know, I used to tell me I ain't never getting out. So, you know, I didn't care about a whole lot, you know. I cared about my art supplies.
Bye, Redwood Post. Thank you. Sorry, babes. Thanks for checking in.
But it's an overwhelming feeling, man. It's just unreal. It's just surreal, actually. You know, and I remember my mom picked me up and drove me to LA, and we stopped at a couple of spots along the way. And I was just tripping on the people and just, you know, I went into the store to get a belt, you know, and she was I got some money. I went in the store. She stayed in the car, and this lady's pushing a stroller with a baby, and I just opened the door for her, and she's like, "Oh wow," I'm like, she was surprised I would hold the door open for her. I was like, "That's a trip," you know. But yeah, I was just digging it, man. I was just overwhelmed. It's an awesome feeling, and it's like it's brand new. It's like a brand new world. It's different. Everything's the same. I mean, cars still got four wheels and bikes got two, but I mean, it's different. It's just I see it now as a grown man, not a kid. It's just it's amazing.
Chill Till I Die asked, any thoughts of how you think people are feeling with COVID in the pen?
Oh, I just read some stuff. My friend of mine, I don't know if I'll say his name, but he had a life without term, and he got a pardon from the governor. He got released. Yeah, there's about 8 of them now. They're out. But anyway, he posted, and I have a friend who calls me. He's in dorm living. They don't have it, but I'm really worried about them guys. And I heard someone died at Lancaster prison. He's a 60-year-old man died from COVID, and I'm scared. And I'm worried about them guys because in them dorms you have a bed and a locker. It's like a military locker, and then a bed and a locker. So you're 3 feet. I'm 3 feet this side and 3 feet this side of you. You got a guy sleeping there. So when I was there, somebody would get a cold, and next thing you know, over half the dorm would have a cold. Just starts with one guy. So they don't have the bed space in any hospital. There's no hospital bed space that can house that many guys. So I mean, I'm worried about it, and I just pray them dudes are all right. They shut down visiting, but still staff come in there, free staff and the correctional staff, they're in and out of there every day. So I mean, what if one of them guys bring it in? That's how stuff gets introduced. You're living in a bubble, so the only way you're going to get sick is if somebody brings it in from the outside world, So I'm really worried about it, and I just hope them guys, man. And then there's a big thing about it because the government's not really paying any mind to it. I heard they're going to release some low-level guys because they want to reduce the population in the lower-level prisons. But what about the guys in level 4s and level 3s? If your cellie gets it, I mean, I imagine they'll keep them guys slammed. But what about dorm living? I mean, you got guys doing life sentences in dorms, so.
Marcus the German is
What's
on
up,
there.
Marcus? How you doing, brother? I hope you're safe down there in Florida or Canada, wherever you're at. Yeah.
Jason wanted to know, this is a good question. Did you keep in touch with much family over the 38 years you're in?
Yeah. I have a couple friends in San Diego that I communicated with, and then my aunt towards the end of my term, and my real dad's sister. She loves me to death. Of course, my dad, he doesn't. I don't have any contact with him. Then my stepdad passed away, and my mom, she's out of her mind, but and her, my wife, and that's about it, really. Yeah. So my mom,
they don't make it easy.
Yeah, they don't make it easy on our family or friend. Now you have to make an appointment to get a visit. So, yeah. My mom, she's all right, but I mean, my mom's losing her mind. She fell victim to this elderly romance scam, and we've told her numerous times, man, that it's a scam. The Nigerian, they're hustling her out of her money. It's been going on for over a couple of years now. She's given them like 40 grand. She sold her house in Nevada and moved over here, and all the money she made from her house, she's given to this guy. She thinks he's a doctor in the military, and just it's sad.
I said this wrong. Chill Till I Die said, weird question, but what's that clicking sound we hear in the video? So thank you for narrowing that down, because it's either our dog, but if you can hear it right now, it's not our dog. So we think it's the camera, because we have no idea what the hell he's saying. It's happening. Go ahead.
Oh, it's happening right now? Yeah. We don't know. It might be the camera or the computer, but we usually use a different computer, so it's got to be the camera. Unless it's this, the chair.
Yeah, Tony, it's the Nigerian scam. It is
Yeah,
and what the sad thing is, she's got a little dementia.
yeah,
It's a
but
long story. She does live up here, but
yeah,
she has just like she is just insistent that this fake person
yeah,
is real. We've talked to this guy on the phone.
yeah,
We've called various,
yeah. She went to the hospital and
yeah,
we got her phone and I actually called him up, and on the messenger and talked to him and told him what a piece of shit he was and told my mom died and all that stuff. But he's back on it, man, and it's just
MC. Yeah, she is
yeah,
lonely too, but the thing is that
she's real
it's just
narcissistic.
it's a
It's a
long
long
story.
story,
She just
man.
does not. We'll talk about it maybe one
Yeah,
time, but she's just very set in her ways, and she's always been really stubborn
yeah, real control
and
freak and
very
just
controlling. So when we try to tell her, she's like,
and
they're gonna get married every month. It's really
yeah,
sad because every month she gets ready to go. He tells her he's gonna marry her. She
yeah,
packs her car. She gets her nails done. She gets her hair done. She
sends him
does the whole thing, and she sends
$700.
him $700, and then he doesn't show up. We
Yeah.
don't know how many times she's actually been to the airport.
Yeah,
It
she's actually
sucks.
gone to the airport thinking he's going to show up, and we showed her pictures of this guy, who the real person is, with his wife and family, and explained to her. We showed her all the articles about it, and one time I go, man, it's been on TV, and she goes, oh, who, with Dr. fucking Phil, and just
Yeah,
and she got the point. She goes, hey, I don't want you in my life anymore. My mom's real controlling. When I was young, and she just and she's been through two failed marriages and several failed relationships, man, because she's real narcissistic. And it's just, she came out one night, we went over there talking to her about it, and she went up to her and she goes like this to her and told me, and you too. And,
it's
I
really sad.
just, yeah, we just don't know what to do. We called the Adult Protective Services and explained it to them, and they don't do shit. And,
So somebody's
yeah,
asked us, can you give power of attorney? So we actually did talk to
yeah,
some people up here. We live in a pretty small town, and so services are really easy to get here. So the basic thing is that if she can make enough decision to go to the bank, get the money out, and send it to them,
yeah.
she can make her own
If she can
decisions.
get in
Like,
front of a judge, they
yeah,
said, and represent herself just even halfway coherently, the judge will side with her and not us. So,
yeah, it's sad. It's really
we don't
sad.
know what to do.
It's fucked up.
You know,
Hank Williams wants to know, hey Mitch, you doing any fishing in the ocean out there in California? We aren't
man,
even near an ocean.
I want to. I'll go fishing at the rivers and catch trout, and these nasty Sacramento
Hi
sucker
Kyle.
fish.
Kyle, I did give you a call out. I said, hi Kyle, do you have a brother named, are you related to anyone named Jeff Dobson?
Are you related to Jeff Dobson? She knows someone
Kyle
named
Dobson.
Jeff, Kyle.
LG Comia said, you can never reason with a narcissist. You
Yeah.
got that right.
Yeah, it's rough, man. And like one time, my wife adopted a guy, a young kid. He's 13 now. They had him since he was a baby. Did that when I was in prison, and they're having a little trouble, with discipline and this. And my mom told her, "Well, just bring him over here, and I'll beat him for you." And my wife was like, "Wow." She goes, "I beat Mitchell, and he turned out just fine." That's the mentality she has. And my wife told Gene, Mitch spent 38 years in prison. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the mentality she has. And she's real narcissistic, man. If things don't go her way, she's always been like that. It's just with old age and a little bit of dementia, it's just amplified. It's worse, it gets worse. So, yeah, we go over and do what we can for her. Like the other day, we took her a bunch of canned goods. She likes soup, and
she has a roommate, thank goodness, because
yeah.
she kind of keeps her.
And she treats her roommate like shit. And
Tony said, I've heard of that shit. I work at a nursing home, rehab. People get scammed easily. They do all the time.
Yeah.
And the thing is that even, obviously this guy's in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you can't even, the FBI can't do anything unless the person makes the complaint about. So that person has to come from that
She would
person.
have to make a complaint with the FBI. We checked into it, and there's just nothing. The law enforcement, and we call the local police, and they're like, man, they said they get numerous complaints about this every day. So, I mean, these people are scamming our elderly. And like for us, we go, well, they're just pulling a photograph from somewhere else and creating a fake account. Well, you know, for my mom, she doesn't get that concept, you know. A lot of older people don't. They don't get the concept.
That's interesting. DC Irish says it sounds like my mom. She lives 2 streets away from me. You know what? Mitch and I were just talking about this. I was like, you know, generationally, it's kind of interesting how we all have kind of that are in our age group. We have similar stories, no matter if we came from, you know, a white bread background, a blue collar background, whatever. Like it's kind of the same. So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Yeah.
So we feel you. Let's see.
Yeah, you know, it's
DC said I bring my mom dinner every day. It's worth the headache. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
We were bringing her over here every Sunday for dinner, and but just got to the point where she was just like, hey, you know, basically said, "Fuck you, I don't want you around," because we don't accept her imaginary boyfriend, and so now I just do what I can, you know. I go over and drop stuff off, like, you know, we used to go and clean her room and all that shit, but she doesn't want us around, so we just take her food now and money, you know, help her out. So
yeah, we're lucky, Justin, that we live in a really good, you know, good place. And you know what, you guys are, like I said, you guys say, you know, Mitch helps you. You guys definitely help us. Like, so
hey, look,
just
you know,
yeah,
you guys are great, man. I mean, I read a lot of the comments. She reads a lot of the comments, and I'm just blown away, man. And it kind of it validates, you know, what I'm doing. I mean, I had a dream, I had an idea, and something, you know, I used to paint these things and go to the yard and show my homeboys and be like, hey, what do you think, man? You know, they're like, yeah, sure. You know, I'm sure at the time they were probably thinking, man, this guy's fucking crazy, you know. And but I mean, it's happening, man. And you guys are.
How old's your mom, babe? Someone just asked.
My mom's 78.
Scribner asked, how old's your mom?
I think she's 78.
It's crazy. It's funny because our parents are two totally different like activity levels. And they're almost the same age. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So hey, so I just want to ask, like, what are you guys doing to like keep occupied? Like, what are you doing?
What are you guys doing?
Mitch was like, I came home today and he's like,
arrest.
I'm bored.
Yeah. You know, I get bored though. It's sometimes I don't do shit. I just sit here and think, man, what the fuck should I do? You know, but I'm glad I have my artwork. And we got this TV where I can watch YouTube on the TV. That kind of blows.
You know what? They're talking about how you answer stuff on, and like I'm reading them out loud.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because that blew my mind too. Because I've looked at other obviously YouTube channels, and I'm like, Mitch, like these people will talk and they don't say anything to their people. Like they just
wouldn't they answer?
You know,
I mean, you guys are, you know, it's like a community here, man. To me, it's a, you know, hard intentions army, right? But you know, it's like a little community, man. To me, and I just you guys like hearing my stories and my interviews, and you know, I like to see the positive side. And like I said, maybe I can influence people.
And Jason said, I mean, he's practicing making babies. I said, there's going to be a lot of babies born after this whole deal. You got that right.
Yeah, it's like baby boomers, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have a new boom of babies over the next couple years.
Oh, and he said, and making motorcycle parts too.
Yeah, that's right.
So Cliff said, Cliff Snyder, our #1 super chat is awesome. Said we sit around and watch you. That's what we do. That's
hey,
funny.
Justin, you think them bars will work on a Dyna? What do you think?
NRW again donated another $2. Thank you so much. That's super cool. Thank you. He said, appreciate your channel, Mitch and wifey. Keep it up. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with it. You know, like I said, as long as I have something to say, people want to hear, I'll keep doing it. You know, and I said in the beginning of this, I don't want it to be strictly about prison, so I'm going to start doing some other stuff, and that's why I interviewed Justin. You know, he's a Marine, and you know, similar stories, just different situation. I mean, to me, they've been through a lot worse shit than I have. And I want to do art stuff, and you guys want cooking stuff, I'll do it. But.
Justin said, I stay busy spraying the neighbor kids with a water hose and throwing my dog crap in the next door yard. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. What did we do last weekend? We posted a bunch of videos because so we're definitely gonna get a new computer because literally it takes me like an hour to load like a 30-minute video. And I'm working at the same time, so I switch from one thing to the other. So
she works at home on the computer, and then. But the computer we have, it's a pile.
Jason Irwin said we can come up with something, risers or not. We'll catch up about it soon.
Yeah.
we're looking forward to people getting fat on quarantine from NRW.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the interview with that CO friend.
Silva.
Yeah, that was a
he's
good
a cool
interview.
guy.
I thought that was a really good
He
interview
treated
too.
us all real well.
You actually really, I was really interested in this one that Mitch just did. Like, we've been trying so hard to get this on. Mitch lost one on the video, then he tried to record. We couldn't get Damien's phone to work. So finally it just happened. This is one benefit of being on quarantine, is that they were able to do it. So I was coming in and out while they were doing that thing, and it was super good. I think I did a really good job. He used
his kid's iPad because his kid's homeschooling on Zoom. So he's like, I'm going to go out in the garage. You know, he didn't want his kids to hear the interview.
So someone asked, what was the hardest adjustment? Danny, are you asking about me and Mitch? What was the hardest adjustment living together? Okay, so I'm going to answer first, and then I'm sure he'll come up with a different answer. He's really freaking stubborn. So like he's really stubborn, and he's very much set in his ways. But I love him to death, and so I'm willing to overcome that. But it's just it's just anytime you're going to live with someone. It's different, but Mitch and I have spent 31 years off and on. We've seen each other our youngest, and now we're at the age we're at, and it's just, and so I look at it as really a blessing. Like look at this, we are on a freaking quarantine, but I'm grateful that I get to spend this time with him, and I'm grateful for that. Obviously, I'm not grateful every second, but for the most part, I'm 100. Like it's worth it. So whatever.
I mean, for me, like I live in a cell, but even like my last couple of years, I had a single cell. And even when I had a cellie, it was my cell. And other than when I had a friend live with me, then it was like a mutual thing. But it's like, when you live in a cell, it's your cell. Like it's my way. And that's, so, you have to compromise when you live with someone out here in the world that you love.
Oh, Justin, you suck. He said, who's got the worst gas? Chewy actually does.
Our dog.
Oh, no, you did not.
Yeah, Chewy's a stinker, man.
All right, babe, we've been on for an hour.
And he's a pisser.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't get it, because I'll be like, you want to go outside? And he'll just sit there, and then he'll go down the hallway 10 minutes later and piss in the hallway, little fart.
Grapper, who are you calling a control freak?
Yeah. Well, it's been about an hour.
It's been over an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up. It's nice talking to you folks. We'll be back next Wednesday. And, if you have any ideas, like I said, just let us know in the comments section, because one of us will see it. And I just want to say, man, I love all you people, and it's nice chatting with you. And just stay safe,
We'll do it next Wednesday. If you guys think anything, come on next Wednesday. We're
take your safety hard.
Yeah.
Because it ain't no joke, man. I don't want our numbers to be higher than China, So be safe out there. We love you. Stay strong. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Have a safe one.
Bye.